I'm Jake, 38, and I swapped cubicle hell for 250 acres of farmland 5 years ago. Think muddy boots, cranky cows, and a barn that groans louder than I do after a long day. It's my chaotic paradise. No HOA overlords to ruin it. So imagine my face last Wednesday, mid-July, humid enough to drown in your own sweat. I'm elbow deep in a busted irrigation pump, cursing rust and my life choices, when a growl rips through the air. Not my stomach, but engines. I slog up the hill, shirt sticking like a second skin, and nearly choke. 2 bulldozers are plowing my east field into a damn pancake, corn snapping like twigs. And there's Karen, HOA queen from the McMansion ghetto next door, strutting like she owns the place, blonde bob bouncing, yelling into a walkie-talkie with a clipboard swinging like she's conducting a demolition symphony. I stumble down, mud sucking at my boots, and bellow, "Are you out of your mind?" She spins, smirking like I'm the hired help. "Oh, Jake," she says, all syrup and venom. "We're upgrading this dump. HOA voted for a nature trail. Your mess was in the way." I'm steaming, fists balled. "My mess? This is my land, you delusional clipboard warrior. I'm not in your cult." She adjusts her sunglasses, designer of course and size. "Our survey says it's annexed. You'll get a bill for the cleanup. Be grateful." Annexed. I bark a laugh, loud enough to spook my cows half a mile off. "My deed's laughing at you from my safe. You're trespassing. Get your toys off my farm." She rolls her eyes, like I'm a mosquito buzzing her picnic. "Complain to the board if it makes you feel better. We're not stopping." She sachets to her SUV, black, smug, and guns it, kicking up dust in my face. I'm left gaping at my ruined field. Half my corn, my sweat, flattened. I whip out my phone, hands shaking, and snap pics. Bulldozers chewing, Karen's tire tracks fresh. I call Ellie, my paralegal cousin who thrives on chaos. "HOA's bulldozing my land. Say it's theirs." She answer, "They're high or stupid. Deed pics now." I unearth it, crumpled 2018, and send them. She's back in 10. "You're solid, no HOA here. Sheriff, photos now." I dial 911, growling, "Trespassers are wrecking my farm. Send help." Then I grab my trail cam and start filming. Karen's playing dictator, but I've got a shovel and a grudge. She's about to eat dirt. So it's Thursday morning, and my east field's still a crime scene. Bulldozers idle now, but half my corn's toast, tire tracks carving up what's left. I'm chugging coffee strong enough to wake a coma patient, trying to unsee yesterday's madness, when the sheriff finally rolls up. Some guy named Dan, mid-40s, guts spilling over his belt. He climbs out, squinting at the wreckage. "This the trespass call?" He grunts, notepad in hand. "Yeah," I say, waving at the mess. "HOA Princess Karen decided my farm's her new playground. Flattened it yesterday. Says it's theirs." He scribbles, eyebrows up. "You in their HOA?" "Nope." I snort, handing him my deed, creased but legit. "Bought this free and clear in 18. They're next door dreaming big." Dan nods, scanning the paper, then the field. "Looks like private land to me. Got proof they did this." I shove my phone at him, pics, trail cam clips of Karen barking orders like a discount general. "Caught her red-handed. Bulldozers too." "All right," he says, jotting more. "I'll file it, trespass and property damage. Stay put." He lumbers off, radio crackling, and I'm left stewing. Stay put? My blood's boiling. An hour later, a white pickup rattles up. My neighbor Cal, 60-something, face like a weathered boot. He hops out, eyeing the chaos. "Heard Karen's handiwork," he rasps, spitting tobacco into the dirt. "She's been sniffing around my fence too. Wants a buffer zone." Buffer zone? I laugh, bitter. She's got bulldozers and delusions. Thinks she can annex us like it's the Wild West. Cal grins. She's nuts. I've got survey maps from '95, Our lines don't touch her precious HOA. You fighting this? Damn right, I say, kicking a clod of mud. Sheriff's on it, and my cousin Ellie's digging legal dirt. You in? Count me, he nods. Got a lawyer pal too. Hates HOAs more than taxes. By noon, Ellie calls, voice sharp. Deeds ironclad. HOA's got no claim. Sheriff report filed. Yeah, I say. Trail cams gold too. Good, she snaps. Next, surveyor, prove your boundary. Then we sue for damages. Karen's toast. Surveyor? I dig up a local guy. $500 coming tomorrow. I'm pacing, plotting, when Karen's SUV cruises by slow, her smirking through tinted glass. I flip her off, grinning. She thinks she's won, but I've got a deed, a camera, and a pissed-off neighbor. This ain't over, it's just heating up. Friday hits, and my farm's still a war zone. My cornfield a sad, flattened memory. I'm out there at dawn, chugging coffee that tastes like burnt regret, when the surveyor rolls up, some wiry guy named Pete, hauling stakes and a GPS rig. Boundary check? He grunts, eyeing the mess. Yeah, I say, pointing east. HOA nutcase claims this is hers. Prove her wrong. He nods, already pacing off, muttering about coordinates. I'm watching him stab stakes into my dirt when Karen's SUV swings in, kicking gravel like she's auditioning for a car chase. She storms out, walkie-talkie crackling, clipboard clutched like a holy relic. What's this? She shrieks, spotting Pete. You're interfering with our project. I lean on my fence, smirking. Morning, Karen. Just marking what's mine. You know, since you bulldozed it thinking it's yours. It is ours, she snaps, thrusting a rolled-up map at me. Some HOA scribble with my land shaded like a conquest. Our survey says so. I unroll it, glance and laugh, deep and loud. This looks like a kid's art project. My deed's older than your highlights, and the sheriff's got my back. You're dreaming. Her face twists, sunglasses sliding down her nose. You'll pay for this, literally. Invoices coming. Invoice. I snort, tossing her map back. Send it. I'll frame it next to my trespass report. She's fuming, cheeks red as overripe apples, when Pete pipes up, wiping sweat. Done. Your line's 200 feet east of their boundary. No overlap. He hands me a printout, official, stamped. I wave it at Karen. See? Not your sandbox. Pack up your toys. You'll regret this, she hisses, stomping back to her car. HOA's suing for obstruction. She peels out, engine roaring, and I'm left grinning like a fox in a henhouse. Cal swings by an hour later, survey maps from 95 under his arm. Checked mine too, he says, spitting tobacco. We're clear. She's full of it. No shock there. I laugh. She's suing now. Obstruction. You still in? Hell yeah, he grins. My lawyer's itching to shred her. I call Ellie, voice buzzing. Survey's gold, boundaries mine. Karen's threatening a suit. Suing you? She cackles. She's got nothing, pure bluff. File a countersuit, trespass, damages. I'm drafting it. Countersuit? Oh, I'm in. Karen's swinging wild, but I've got proof and a team. She's about to choke on her own clipboard. Saturday dawns sticky and gray. My farm's still a bulldozed mess. Fines don't exist yet, but I'm braced for Karen's next tantrum. I'm out by the barn, patching a leaky roof with duct tape and spite, when a beat-up sedan rattles up. Some kid in a cheap suit, barely 20, hops out with a stack of papers. Jake? He mumbles, shoving them at me. HOA lawsuit. Obstruction. Damages. Non-compliance. I take the pile, smirking. Damages? She flattened my corn and now I'm the bad guy? Kid? Tell Karen her fiction's top-notch. He shrugs, already halfway back to his car. Just the messenger. He's gone, leaving me with legal gibberish and a grin. I flip through $50K in damages for delaying their trail project. I laugh so hard a crow takes off from my fence. My phone's out, snapping pics of this nonsense, when Cal rolls up in his pickup, a thermos of coffee sloshing. "What's she done now?" he asks, eyeing the papers. "Suing me," I say, handing him a page. "Says I owe her for her own bulldozer party." "You," he snorts, sipping. "Got mine yesterday. $20K for visual blight." My lawyer's cackling. Says it's a slam dunk for us. By noon, Ellie's on FaceTime, glasses fogged from her own coffee steam. "Countersuits filed," she says, smirking. "Trespass, destruction, $200K, plus punitive." Her suit's a joke. Pure intimidation. $200K? I whistle. Think she'll sweat. "Oh, she's sweating." Ellie laughs. "HOA's broke. Can't bankroll this. Dig up more witnesses' photos." "On it," I say, hanging up. Cal's already texting his crew, old farmers who hate HOAs more than drought. Then Karen herself pulls in, SUV gleaming, walkie-talkie silent for once. She marches over, heels sinking in mud. "Enjoying your little rebellion?" she snaps, arms crossed. "That suit'll bankrupt you." I lean on my shovel, grinning. "Bankrupt me? You're the one with a $200,000 problem now." Countersuit says hi. Her jaw drops, then clamps shut. "You're bluffing." "Am I?" I nod at my trail cam, perched like a sniper. "Smile, you're on candid camera." She spins, nearly slipping, and storms off, cursing under her breath. Cal chuckles. "She's rattled." "Yeah," I say, "and I'm just warming up." I grab my drone, time for aerial shots of her disaster. Karen's flailing, and I'm about to bury her in her own dirt. Sunday's muggy and tense, but I'm past shock and into war mode. I'm out with my drone, buzzing over the wreckage for killer aerial shots. Flattened corn, tire ruts deep as graves. When a sheriff's cruiser rolls up again, Dan climbs out, sweat beading on his forehead, holding a fresh report. "HOA filed a complaint," he says, voice flat. "Say you're harassing them with that." He nods at my drone, "and trespassing on their land." I laugh, loud and jagged. "Harassing? They bulldozed my field." "Dan, now I'm the bad guy for filming it?" "That's gold." He shrugs, handing me a copy. "Just passing it on. Your countersuits got 'em spooked. Keep your nose clean." "Clean." I grin, pocketing it. My nose is spotless, unlike their intentions. Cal swings by an hour later, his pickup rattling, a grin splitting his weathered face. "Karen's losing it," he says, hopping out with a USB drive. "My buddy caught her yelling at the board, recorded it. She's begging for cash to fight us." I plug it into my laptop, grainy audio, but pure Karen. "We need that trail. Sell the clubhouse if you have to." Cackle. "Sell the clubhouse?" She's cracking like a cheap egg. "Yep," Cal says, sipping thermos coffee. "Board's pissed. Won't fund her circus." By afternoon, I'm knee-deep in mud, rigging more trail cams. Karen's not sneaking up again when her SUV screeches in. She storms over, sunglasses off, eyes wild. "You think your little drone scares me?" she snaps, voice shrill. "We're doubling down. Injunction to stop you meddling." "Meddling?" I wipe mud off my hands, smirking. "You flattened my crops, sweetheart. I'm documenting, not meddling." "Injunction? Good luck." My countersuit's already rolling. "You'll lose everything," she hisses, pointing a shaky finger. "HOA's got lawyers." "Lawyers?" I laugh, leaning on my shovel. "Mine's free and meaner, family discount. You're the one drowning in legal quicksand." She sputters, face purpling, then spins and trips over a root, barely catching herself. "This isn't over," she yells, limping back to her car. I call Ellie, buzzing. "Injunction threat now. plus audio of her meltdown. Perfect, she says. Their HOA's broke. Can't afford squat. Drone footage sealed. Lock tight, I say. She's toast. Karen's flailing, and I'm just stoking the fire. This is getting downright fun. Monday rolls in hot and heavy, but I'm riding high on drone footage and Karen's meltdown tape. I'm out by the creek, fishing my trail cams from the muck for fresh angles, when a flatbed truck grumbles up. Some greasy guy in a hard hat drops off a stack of HOA notices nailed to stakes. I yank one free, big red letters, cease and desist. No trespassing on HOA property. I laugh so hard I nearly fall in the water. Trespassing? On my own dirt? These clowns are unhinged. Cal swings by, his pickup coughing smoke, and spots the stakes. What's this garbage? He asks, snatching one. Karen's latest brainstorm, I say, tossing mine in the creek. Says I'm trespassing on their land. You know, the 250 acres I own. He cackles, spitting tobacco. She's desperate. My lawyer says their injunction's filed. Wants your drones grounded. Grounded? I grin, pulling my buzzing drone from its case. Too late. Sky's mine, and I've got her on tape. By noon, Ellie's on the line, voice crackling with glee. Injunction's a bust. Judge laughed it off. Your deed plus surveyor's report? Bulletproof. Their suits crumbling too. HOA's out of cash. Out of cash, I say, smirking. Guess the clubhouse sale didn't pan out. Nope, she laughs. Countersuit hearings next week. $200 KS on the table. Push harder. I'm rigging my drone for another sweep when Karen herself barrels in. SUV dusty now, her walkie-talkie silent, face a mask of fury. You're done, she yells, storming over, heels sinking. You'll go to jail. Jail? I lean in, grinning. Tell that to the sheriff, and the judge who's got my deed. You're the one with a trespass rap sheet now. She's shaking, eyes darting, when Cal strolls up, twirling a stake. Hey, Karen, he calls. Your signs make great kindling. Want a demo? She spins, trips over her own feet, and bolts back to her car, yelling, This is war! Over the engine's roar. War, I mutter, launching the drone. She's already lost, just doesn't know it. Cal chuckles. Wait till the hearing. Oh, I can't wait. Karen's sinking and I'm flying high. Tuesday's crisp and clear, but I'm not sweating it. I'm out by the barn, sipping coffee that's more grit than liquid, when Cal rolls up, his pickup rattling like a tin can. Board's imploding, he says, hopping out with a grin. Karen's begging for dues hikes, nobody's biting. I laugh, spitting coffee into the dirt. Dues hikes? After she torched my field for a trail nobody wants? She's a genius. Desperate genius, he says, pulling out his phone. My lawyer's got HOA meeting minutes leaked. She's screaming about legal defense funds. I grab my laptop. Cal's USB slots in, and there's Karen's voice, shrill as a banshee. We need $100,000 or that farmer wins. Some guy groans. We're broke, Karen. Drop it. I'm cackling so hard my chair creaks. Broke? Guess her bulldozer budget didn't pencil out. Cal nods, smirking. Hearings in 5 days. Your $200,000 countersuits got 'em spooked. By noon, I take off again with my drone fresh footage of the rubble. Bulldozers still rusting in place when a courier van pulls up. Some nervous teen hands me a thick envelope. HOA demand letter. $75K for equipment storage on your land. I stare, then laugh till my ribs hurt. Storage? They trash my farm, leave their junk, and I pay? This is comedy gold. I call Ellie, still chuckling. New demand, $75K to babysit their bulldozers. She snorts. Their unhinged adds to our case. Trespass damages just jumped. Hearing preps tight. Surveyors testifying. Sweet, I say. Karen's digging her own grave. Afternoon hits, and Karen's SUV creeps by. Slower now, windows up, her glaring like a trapped cat. I wave my drone remote, grinning wide. She stops, rolls down the glass, and yells, "You'll lose it all, mark my words." Lose. I shout back, leaning on my fence. You're the one bleeding cash and credibility. How's that injunction going? Her face twists. She guns it, kicking dust, and I'm left smirking. Cal strolls over, shaking his head. She's toast. Board's meeting tonight to ditch her. Ditch her, I say, launching the drone. Too late. They're all in the hole now. Ellie texts, HOA lawyer quit. Chaos. We've got this. I'm buzzing. Karen's empire's crumbling, and I'm holding the sledgehammer. Hearing's close, and she's about to eat every word. Wednesday's chilly. My farm a silent testament to Karen's insanity. Bulldozers still loom, but they're starting to look like relics of a lost war. I'm out by the creek, tinkering with my drone's battery, when Cal's pickup coughs up the drive. He hops out, grinning like he just won the lottery. Board meeting last night, he says, slapping a crumpled flyer on my hood. Karen's out. Voted her ass off the presidency 10-2. I snatch it. HOA letterhead. All caps. President resignation effective immediately. I laugh, sharp and loud. Resignation? They kicked her out. Only 2 sluckers stuck with her? Yep, Cal says, sipping from his thermos. She screamed betrayal. Neighbors filmed it. It's online. I yank out my phone. Sure enough, X is buzzing with shaky clips. Karen wailing, "You're ruining us," as board members shuffle out. Comments are brutal. Bye, bulldozer Barbie. I'm grinning so hard my face hurts. She's a meme now, I say, pocketing it. Hearings in 3 days. Think she'll show? Cal shrugs. She's nuts enough. My lawyer says your $200Ks a lock. HOA's scrambling. By noon, I'm out with my trail cams, grabbing last-minute shots. Bulldozers caked in mud, my field a wasteland, when a beat-up hatchback rolls up. Some greasy guy in a tie hands me a letter. HOA retraction. Equipment claim dropped. I skim it. $75K storage demands gone. Replaced with a whiny, "Please return our machines." I laugh till I'm wheezing. Return them? They're squatting on my land. Send a crane, geniuses. I call Ellie, voice buzzing. They caved, no more $75,000. Begging for their bulldozers back. Cowards, she snickers. Their suit's dead, ours is alive. Surveyors ready, footage sealed. Karen's toast. Toast, I say. She's burnt crust. Afternoon's quiet, till Karen pulls in. SUV's dusty now, her face a storm cloud. She stomps over, no clipboard, just fury. You think you've won? She hisses, voice low. I'll appeal personally. Appeal? I lean on my fence, smirking. With what, your charm? Board ditched you, HOA's broke. Hearing's gonna bury you. You'll see, she snaps, spinning back to her car. She guns it, tires spinning mud, and I'm left chuckling. Cal wanders up, shaking his head. She's delusional. Yeah, I say, and I've got the shovel. Ellie texts, Judge hates HOAs, we're golden. 3 days till justice, Karen's sinking fast, and I'm loving the view. Thursday's buzzing with tension. My farm's a muddy monument to Karen's meltdown, hearings tomorrow, and I'm itching to end this. I'm out by the barn sorting drone footage, crisp shots of bulldozers tearing my field apart. When Cal rolls up, his pickup trailing dust. Karen's unhinged, he says, hopping out with a smirk. Showed up at my place last night. Offered me $500 to drop my suit. I laugh, nearly dropping my laptop. $500? She thinks you'll trade your dignity for chump change? She's lost it. Yep, he says, pulling a crumpled note from his pocket. Wrote it on HOA letterhead. Settlement. I told her to shove it. Legend. I grin, clapping his shoulder. She's scrambling, boards out. HOA's broke. By noon, Ellie's on the phone, voice sharp. Prep's locked. Surveyor. Footage. Sheriff's report. HOA's lawyer bailed. They're sending Karen solo. Solo? I snort. She's gonna argue herself into a hole? Pretty much, Ellie says. Judge'll eat her alive. $200 KS in the bag, maybe more. I'm out with my trail cams, grabbing final stills. Bulldozers caked in rust now, when Karen's SUV screeches in. She storms over, no sunglasses, hair a mess, clutching a crumpled stack of papers. Last chance, she snaps, shoving them at me. Drop your suit, or I'll bury you in appeals. I skim, some handwritten peace offer. $1,000 to move on. I laugh, tossing it back. $1,000. My cow's crap more value than that. You're done, Karen. Judge'll sort you tomorrow. You're nothing, she yells, voice cracking. I'll prove this land's ours. Prove it. I lean on my shovel, smirking. With what? Your fantasy map. Deed's mine, survey's mine, footage is mine. You've got squat. She's shaking, papers slipping. You'll regret this. She spins, trips over a rock, and limps back to her car, engine roaring as she peels out. Kel wanders up, chuckling. She's a train wreck. Yeah, I say, and I'm the conductor. I call Ellie. Karen just offered me $1,000 to quit. Caught it on cam. Perfect, she laughs. Extortion light, judge'll love it. We're set. Evening hits and I'm prepping, suit pressed, evidence packed. X is still roasting Karen. Clips of her resignation hit 500K views. She's walking into a slaughter tomorrow, and I've got the best seat. She bulldozed my land, but I'm about to bulldoze her world. Friday's here and the courthouse hums. My farm's fate hangs on this hearing, but I'm calm, sipping gas station coffee in a scratchy suit. Inside, it's packed. Cal's in the back, smirking, Ellie beside me with a binder thick as a brick. Karen's across the aisle, solo, no lawyer, clutching her clipboard like it'll save her. The judge, a grizzled guy with zero patience, bangs his gavel. HOA versus Jake. Let's move. Ellie's up first, cool as ice. Your Honor, HOA bulldozed my client's 250 acres. Private land, no jurisdiction. Deed, surveyor's report, footage, irrefutable. We're seeking $200,000 for trespass and damages. She drops my evidence, drone shots, trail cam stills, Karen's meltdown tape. The room stirs. Cal muffles a laugh. The judge peers at the screen, bulldozers flattening my corn. This your land? He asks me. Yes, sir. I say, standing. Bought it clean in 18. Never signed up for their circus. He nods, then glares at Karen. Your turn. She lurches up, papers shaking. This land's ours. Annexed for a trail. He's obstructing progress. She waves her HOA map, voice shrill. We demand $50,000 for delays. I lean back, smirking. Progress? You trashed my crops with no proof. My deed's older than your spray tan. The gallery snickers. The judge bangs for quiet. Enough, he snaps, eyeing her map. This is a doodle. Where's your title? Karen sputters. It's implied. He's harassing us. Drones, lies. Lies. Ellie cuts in, clicking play. Karen's $1,000 offer on cam. That's her bribing him yesterday. The judge's eyes narrow. You tried to buy him off? No, she screeches. It's a settlement. Looks like desperation, he mutters, scribbling. An hour later, he rules. HOA's claims junk. My countersuit holds. $250K, damages, legal fees, punitive. HOA's dissolved, bankrupt. Karen's jaw drops. She bolts, papers scattering. I'm grinning, her empire's dust. Outside, Cal claps my back. She's finished. Yeah, I say, and I've got a check coming. Ellie smirks. Told you, Judge hates HOAs. Back home, my field's still a wreck, but the bulldozers are towed, repossessed. X is wild. Karen's clips hit 1 million. Dubbed, bulldozer bust. I crack a beer, watching the sunset. She thought she'd roll me over, but I rolled her into oblivion. Farm's mine, and she's a cautionary tale. Couldn't ask for a sweeter win. Thank you for being with us. Please share in the comments where you are from and whether you liked everything, and see you next time.